What's up, everybody? Welcome on in to a special edition of the Fireside Chat interview edition. I'm PWTorch Assistant Editor Zach Haydorn, and with me today, as you can see, the Laredo Kid. Hey, thanks so much for joining me. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for accepting me and for this interview. I try to speak more English, but it's not my,
Hey.
I try hard to speak more.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And you've got some big stuff coming up with Impact Wrestling here in Chicago and in Cicero. Talk about your time in Impact Wrestling, because you've been so many places. How does Impact differ from some of the other promotions that you work with regularly?
Right now, I like so much work with Impact because before I was working a lot of time with the all Impact, and they have a studio just one city, and all their the tapings is there in Orlando. But right now we travel for different cities, and we know right now that we have a lot crowd in different cities. Like we go to Chicago, and a lot of people send me messages and call me that, hey, you come here with Impact, that's cool, everybody wanna see you here. That's good for me right now and this moment in Impact, because we travel like another companies, they travel a lot cities. And I think the right now the Impact is uh, try to do more big the company, you know.
Yeah. Have you worked in Chicago much?
Yes, I working for Chicago for a lot of time with different companies, and like Gali Lucha is a promotion that he do a lot shows, but lucha for lucha libre, there are a lot Latinos there, and we working for another company is AAW, and it's too in Chicago. It's more like wrestling, but it's a great talent there, and I have a lot of fans there right now. I feel so good to go to Chicago with right now with Impact and taping these dates. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah. And the area that you work in, Cicero, is a very high Latino population too. So it's like right. It's I think Chicago in general is a really great wrestling town. So it's good to see Impact come back, and good to see that you're a part of that.
Yeah. And then I don't go alone. I go with my friends, like Black Taurus, like Lucha Libre, that the people like so much the style. And this time we have two new wrestlers that come and Impact, like Bandido and Rey Horus. Then it's the first presentation there, and then we are happy because we are more luchadores in this show in Chicago.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to working with them in Impact? Like I know you've wrestled them before, but in Impact space, it'll be kind of a fresh matchup. Talk about your relationship with them and the chemistry you have working with those guys.
Yeah, the people love when I work with the Black Taurus, because they like the style we have. I like the high flyer, and he is more like strong style, like heavyweight, and he could do crazy things like dives and everything, and the people loves that. Right now with Bandido was the champion of Ring of Honor. They have a great history, and right now it's so young, and they have a great history in the wrestling. Like Rey Horus, he working for Ring of Honor and New Japan. They are great wrestlers, and I like so much to have a one-on-one with whatever, with Bandido or Rey Horus, to 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 show the people, to show the fans for an Impact. We are we I don't know how to say, like capaz. ¿Cómo se dice por capaz? Like just to demonstrate the lucha libre style and Impact, and the shows in Impact.
Yeah. So talk about the style a little bit, the lucha style. I mean, how do you know, you're not always working with other talents that kind of adopt the lucha style. So how do you manage, like, implementing your style and putting your style into a match against another opponent who maybe has a different style than you?
Yeah, the first time when I tried to mix the styles, it was hard to me. But I learned so much, and when I travel a lot to because I live in the border town, then I have a close once close some cities here like Brownsville, like McAllen, and they have a lot of shows like every week. And then sometimes I working for Brian with Brian Cage. Brian Cage is one wrestler. He teach me the style. Was hard to work with him the first time, but then he come like every week, and we have different matches. And then I learn about the wrestling style and how to mix the lucha libre with his style, because he comes to some promoters, they do just wrestling shows, and sometimes he coming for do a lucha libre shows. Then he learned from me and I learned from him, and then I right now I have more experience, more shows, and then always I try to learn different guys, different wrestlers who have more experience than me.
Do you make sure to still get in your lucha stuff even if you're working with somebody that has another style?
Yeah. I can working with all my style. Right now, I feel like I do my own style, because I mix it my style like wrestling with lucha and all the stuff, and working for Impact. I learn more because sometimes I have like I just have one luchador there like Black Taurus or Taya. Taya, he learns the lucha libre style. But sometimes when I have a match with Trey Miguel, he have a different style. He are like high flyer, and he have a good style, like mix style, but it's more like wrestling. And then I learned for that guys, or like Willie Mack too, like
Mhm.
all the guys right now in Impact, they have a different style everybody, and I try to learn from everybody with something.
What? So so talk about the lucha, the lucha style a little bit. Excuse me. How do you learn that while you're training to be a professional wrestler? Like, what goes into the development of you mastering the lucha style, number one, but also adding your own kind of uniqueness to it?
Yeah, but I train in a lot of time. I started 50 years and so young, and then we have a lot of schools in Mexico City. They have a lot of school, a lot of teachers, and like every hour, if you start like 7 morning, you have a teacher. You have a teacher like 10 p.m. If you love this, you try to learn it, to training so hard to learn the most. The style, the lucha libre. It's hard. They hard in the beginning, obvious, because you do a lot sacrifice to because I need to travel like 16 hours to Mexico City because my town is like 60 hours from Mexico City, and I
Wow.
travel like to there, and I stay there like 2 months and then come back to my home. And again, if what like like how some 2 or 3 months I go to learn more and then come back to be with my family. It was hard in the beginning, but I love so much this, like the lucha libre. I have a lot of passion for this, and then uh, always I try to learn uh, every day in different cities.
Yeah. Is there like do you find that um, the wrestler and the lucha artist that you are today is very different from when you started out?
Yes, it's so different because in the beginning I do like right now I crazy things, but in the beginning I don't have the experience, or I don't have the all the lessons, the injuries that I have, and then you learn about that. Always I have like 18 years in the business, and then I learn, and in the ring new moves. I know how I can do my moves, and where I can do all the different rings and different promotions are sometimes some rings are hard, sometimes the ropes is no tight, and all that stuff you learn in the beginning. It doesn't matter, you do everything, and sometimes you have mistakes, but this time I try to do no mistakes, and because sometimes one mistake from the lucha libre cause a big injury in your life, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so I'm really interested in, I don't know how to phrase the question best, but I'll try my best. The the art of lucha wrestling. What makes you so passionate about that? And can you talk a little bit about the art of lucha wrestling that maybe people don't fully understand, and what's kind of hooked you to that style?
Yeah, it's so hard. So sometimes the people understand that some fans, we have a lot of fans in all the world. They love and they understand more the art of lucha libre, because sometimes he saw just like a show, like an entertainment show, the lucha libre. But in Mexico, we saw like art, like all the wrestling, all the show is a big art, because in Mexico we start to training. We are athletes, but we need to do actuation, to be in the front on the camera and try to speak good and try to speak different language. And like we will, I have once shows in Japan, and I try to speak like in English, in Spanish, and like Japanese, try to learn Japanese, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
some wrestlers don't understand, and just with the moves you understand. They teaching that in Mexico. And then if you, it's like a language, the lucha libre is like a language. And then that's why I think, and a lot of okay. Oh, it's a art in Mexico, and every world, because you need to be an athlete. You need to have a good body, good shape. You need to have charisma, and you need a lot of things like the costume, a lot of things conform the lucha libre. And then we we think in this art, this, because like my mask have a significa algo. This mask is like it was like a eagle, like a big eagle, you know, because I'm like high flyer, and the this everything is like formed like a eagle.
Interesting. That is so cool, so cool. And I'm a huge fan of lucha libre. It's such a, it's just such a beautiful style, and amazing, what you can do athletically. Um, talk about, learning those kind of high flying moves. I mean, how do you just decide, okay, I'm gonna try this from the top rope for the first time ever, because you said there's some risk there. So what goes into, like, all right, I'm gonna take this risk, I'm not gonna take that one.
Yeah, sometimes it's when you training, you feel the not the same thing when you do a show, because in the show there's a lot of people that support you, and you feel that energy.
Mhm.
Sometimes in the gym is nobody in the gym, it's just you in
Right.
the ring and the trainings. And when you decide that, you think like sometimes I thinking like I need to do something different. I need to do something cool, and that's what I thinking when I training. And then I try in the ring training. But sometimes you feel with the people that this move maybe like the people, that's how we thinking.
Okay.
Okay, I do this move like springboard and like 450 splash, because I know the people love this kind of dives, and I love that this move for me, and I think for the people maybe they love that move. And then you training to do that move. Sometimes it's too hard to do it, and you feel like, oh no, it's not okay. Maybe I don't do more. No need to training this move, because it's a lot risk to do it. But when you are in the ring, you feel the energy, and then, oh man, I need to do this move right now in this moment. You know.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the opponent matters too, right? Like who you're working with, as to whether or not you. I mean, because there's a trust element as well, right?
Yeah. And yeah, and sometimes that's another thing that we have. That it's like, this is a sport. This for us, it's like, art, passion, and it's a sport. You are professional. The different guys that maybe not are professional. If you don't have the experience, or you you don't are like a real professional wrestler, and you learn that in the time.
Yeah, yeah. Um, what do you when you're performing? What do you look for from the audience in terms of like your ability to know, okay, what I'm this is working or this isn't working? Is there anything specific that you look for outside of just them being loud?
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, but you learn with the time, with the experience, and different places, because some places are the people loves like the hardcore matches, you know
Yeah,
and maybe it's not my style. Sometimes I say, one of my words, I say like, I'm the most complete luchador in the world. That's the words I use, because I learn all different style, like high flyer, like submissions, like hardcore matches. And this time I have all that kind of styles, and I try to learn, because I always heard the people when I go, and maybe the people love in, I don't know, one country like Monterrey. The people love the hardcore matches, and you go and you do your style. I have my style like high flyer, and the people like, oh no, and then you take a share and then do with the share something, and the people, oh, they love that. I
yeah,
learned about that. Always when I come to the ring, I heard the people. I start with my style, but then I try to change to be a different, and the people gone, uh, put the people happy, right?
yeah. Fascinating. Okay, so back to Impact Wrestling. So there's the talent that's on that roster right now is pretty unbelievable. Josh Alexander, Mike Bailey. You've got Ace Austin, Alex Shelley's working there, Chris Bay, Chris Sabin. I mean, it's such a talented roster right now. Is there anybody like who kind of sticks out as guys that you may want to work with on the Impact roster at some point? Not necessarily in the run in Chicago on August 12th and 13th, but just in general.
Yeah. They are great wrestler there, a great roster. Because I have matches with a lot of guys there, but I I feel so good because they are a great talent. Like, you say, like Josh Alexander. The first time that I know this guy, I have a match with him one on one in Canada. I
Wow.
never heard about the Josh Alexander. It's a long time ago, and I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I post the in Twitter that match, because when I see this guy, this guy have a lot of talent. Like, I don't know, like 7 years ago, 6 years ago, and then I saw this guy is the new champion of Impact Wrestling. I feel good because I know this guy in Canada. We have a one-on-one, and I feel like, man, this guy is good. And then time, time, and I saw this guy in Impact with the belt. Like, man, it's crazy. That's cool. I saw this guy a lot of time. We have a great match, and right now I like, I wanna have a match with Joe Alexander. But like Ali Shelley, I saw these guys too, like Chris Sabin, Ali Shelley, when I start in this business. I saw in the TV, and right now I'm with him in the locker room, and man, this guy, it's like there are no nothing old. They look young, so fast, like us on TV. Man, it's a lot years ago. Like when I started, like I have like 20 years when I saw this guy. Right now I 35. 15 years ago, these guys is the same guys or better guys that I saw in the Impact East division. And then
Wow.
right now I feel good and Impact, and I wanna have a match with everybody there. I wanna do something with everybody, because that's one thing I always thinking, like I need a match with everybody here. I have with great matches with Mike Bailey. He's a good wrestler, and this a guy I saw a lot of time in PWG and different companies, and right now is the exhibition champion, man. And I have a match with him. It's a great for me. I feel so good. But I want more, you know. I
Yeah.
think that everybody want more, and the fans love that. Look the different wrestler and have different combination. Maybe I don't know. In Chicago and different cities, I have a match with Alex Shelley, and the next week I have a match with Chris Sabin, and then the people always like, I want to see Laredo Kid versus this guy, and me too. Like I think with the fans,
Mhm.
like yeah.
Did you say you posted that Josh Alexander match, your first one with him, on Twitter?
Yeah, I tried to
Okay.
post again to for this interview to remember, or maybe I sent to you to
Yeah,
show
send him
this
out.
guy when he started, man, and I started too, like, and we are 1-on-1 in Canada. Maybe not too crowd, too a lot crowd, but it's a great match. And you see this match, man, this guy is crazy. And then right now we have like 10 or 15 years of experience. We are
Right.
different guys, you know.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. Yeah, please send it my way. And I'd love to take a look at that and share it out. Listen, thank you so much for your time. I make sure you guys are checking out Impact Wrestling. August 12th and August 13th in Chicago and Cicero Stadium. It's Second City Slam, but also the Emergence Impact Plus special on August 12th, Friday, August 12th. So Laredo Kid will be there. Lots of others. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully we can do this again soon.
Yeah. I hope. Thank you very much to you and for the people. Thank you very much for support us. And remember, we are in Chicago on the 12th, 13th, and there's Bandido, more luchadores, Bandido, Rey Horus, Taya, Taurus, a lot of wrestling events. Thank you very much for the support, and I hope that we see you again.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.